Yo, what is up, guys? You're watching Epic Pokemon TCG, and today, guys, I have a Blastoise list for you. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know if this is necessarily ready yet, but I've been getting requests to upload it, so here it is, guys. This is my Blastoise list. I think really the only thing that I have trouble with sometimes is just hitting the energy with Blastoise's ability, so I think definitely you need to add some energy in here. Also, I don't run Alolan Ninetales because I don't have it on Pokemon TCG Online, so I actually decided to go with a few Jirachi and some Escape Board. So yeah, if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and we're going to go ahead and hop right into it. I feel like I should cover this Blastoise first, so that way the GX makes a little more sense. So it has the ability Powerful Squall. This was actually released in Team Up, but once during the turn before you attack, you may look at the top 6 cards of your deck and attach any number of Water Energy cards you find there to your Pokemon in any way you like, and then you shuffle the other cards back in your deck. Also, it has Hydro Tackle for 150 if you face off against a Fire deck. This is actually definitely a very, very good option to attack with. It only gives up one prize when it's knocked out. Yes, you'll be losing your ability, but you can one-shot a Reshiram Charizard, which is really nice. But the cool thing is the release of the Blastoise GX actually made this card a little better because now you have a very, very good attacker to throw these energy on, which is Blastoise GX. Has the ability Solid Shell. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. You never know when that might come into play. But it has Rocket Splash for 60 times. You shuffle any amount of Water Energy cards attached to your Pokemon, and then basically it just does 60 damage for each one you do. Just put it back in your deck, and that is kind of like the theme of this deck. Basically, use the ability on the Team Up Blastoise to put energy out onto the field, and then you'll use Rocket Splash. If you shuffle 5 energies back in, which actually does sound like a lot, but you'd be surprised, and you get to do 300 damage, just 6, 12, 18, 24, things like that. And then we have Giant Geyser GX. Attach any number of water energy cards from your hand to your Pokemon in any way you like. This can actually bail you out of a tight spot. If you're pretty much just sitting on a hand with a bunch of water energy, then you can just go ahead and throw down a bunch of water energies, get them out of your hand, and then you're pretty much set up for next turn. This is actually a really fun deck. I really like it, and probably my favorite thing about this deck is the Articuno. It has a Blizzard Veil. As long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, whenever your opponent plays a supporter card from their hand, prevent all effects of that card done to your benched water Pokemon. So yeah, this is just gonna have a little bit of some protection there. And it also has Cold Cycle and move 2 water energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. So basically you get to attack with this Articuno, and on top of that, the energy goes to your bench. You never know what Articuno might come in clutch. Just send it up there, protect your Blastoise, which is pretty dope. As far as the just line of Blastoise, I went with this Squirtle just because floating shell. If I have a stadium in play, basically it just gets free retreat. And then for the War Turtle, I figured why not run the one with the ability has solid shell. It takes 20 less damage from attacks. You never know when that might come in handy. And then we have a Tapu Lele just in case we do need to grab a supporter. And then we have 3 Jirachi with Stellar Wish. Wow. Wow, I started reading Articuno for some reason. Once during turn, free attack if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you make it to the top 5 cards of your deck. Reveal a trainer card you find there and put it in your hand. And then, of course, it goes to sleep. But, hey, we have a skateboard, so we don't have to worry about that. Now, this is kind of cool that, Jirachi and Blastoise kind of do the same thing in a sense. You get to look at the top X amount of cards of your deck, and then you get to grab stuff from there, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's kind of like the route that I went with this deck because I don't have the Alolan Ninetales. I basically just said, you know what, I'm gonna throw Jirachi in there, see how it goes. It's actually pretty decent. I just kind of sent up Jirachi, do the ability, and go from there. And now we're gonna get to the supporters. All right, now for the supporter cards of the deck, we have 3 Cynthia, we have 1 Erica's Hospitality, 3 Guzma, and then we have 4 Lily. So that is going to be the supporter lineup of the deck. Now the stadium card we're actually going to be running in this deck is probably an obvious one. It's going to be Brooklet Hill. Basically, it just allows you to grab all, just your water Pokemon out of your deck, which means you can grab Articuno and Squirtle. So yeah, you give a pretty good chance of getting your field loaded up. Plus, we do have Nest Ball in here as well to grab a basic Pokemon. This can grab everything from Jirachi to Squirtle. I don't think Tapu Lele would be a good option for that, but hey, do you? So yeah, and then we also have Timer Ball, and then we have Ultra Ball. Timer Ball is actually pretty clutch in this deck sometimes, especially if you're just able to get, you know, heads. Obviously, the deck kind of relies on getting 2 stage 2 set up. So things like Timer Ball and Rare Candy are definitely necessities when it comes to this deck. If you're able to get, just some Blastoise set up, you'd be surprised how well this deck, functions. On top of that, if you can hit the ability, which again is something that I do struggle with. I don't know if 12 water energy is enough. You might want to add some stuff there. I think if you went with like a 2-2 line of Alolan Ninetales, that would free up 2 spots. So, there you go. But we also run a rescue stretcher in here as well. So, you just grab your Pokemon back, and then on top of that, we have Energy Recycler. You never know when this might come in handy. Energy Recycler, it's actually a pretty good card. You get to shuffle 5 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck, which means you get 5 targets for the ability back in your deck. This is actually really nice. You never know when you might be in a tight spot or you just lose some energy or something like that. And honestly, I think that's about it. This deck is actually a lot of fun. I really enjoy playing it. I say that a lot about, or I say that about a lot of decks. I'll figure out how to speak one day, guys. I promise. I'm working on it. But honestly, this deck is just a lot of fun. I have a good time playing it on Pokemon TCG Online. I've been trying to get some more gameplays with it, along with some other decks, but unfortunately that's been looking slow because I just keep getting really weird matchups. I'm going to be honest with you guys. But yeah, the strategy is very simple. You just kind of use Blastoise's ability from Team Up to, throw some energies on the GX or just something like that, and then you use its attack to shuffle your energy back in your deck and do 60 times. Yeah, it's cool to see, one of the, original starting Pokemon kind of get a deck finally. Uh, you know, there's a good Venusaur, there's a good Charizard, there's a good Blastoise, so that's pretty cool. I wish they would show a little love towards my boy Blaziken, but hey, you know what? That's fine. One day, right? So yeah, that's gonna do it for the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. Like I said, I don't know if this list is necessarily ready just yet. I don't know. Maybe you guys can take it, make some changes to it, figure out what you guys want to do to it. But I've been getting requests to upload it, and I figured why not? Hey, I'll upload it and let you guys take it and do wonders with it. But I want to say thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you have a fantastic day, guys. I love you, and this is Epic Pokemon TCG signing out.